It's pretty hard to find a job in the tech industry where you are doing something other than just making the investors rich. And in our case, we are trying to make the world a better place.
We have a really great opportunity to use that platform that we have to show people that it's possible to drive change and to make change and not feel helpless, but actually do something about it.
So we're here because we all want to work on something together and not because we want to make somebody else rich. And in the long term, this really changes the feeling that you have when you come to work.
It's challenging, but also really exciting because it doesn't get boring and you have the opportunity to work with a lot of really clever, really cool people.
I think that because Ecosia itself has such a great mission, we attract people that you can't find anywhere else.
What makes me happy is to interact with the people who work with me. Like all my colleagues, they come from different backgrounds, different places.
We're really striving to make a mark with diversity and inclusion. That's a topic that is very near and dear to me, and it really warms me to see how much support I've gotten from not only my team, but also the management here.
Well, in my case, I am from Colombia, so my family is very far from here, so I need to go there maybe once or twice a year. It's not a problem for me to work remotely during that time, and I think that's a big plus.
Perks, 100% remote work, I will say.
We decided that we're gonna have Tuesdays and Thursdays, no meeting days, where basically people can work from home if they want to, or just also come to the office, but there's less interruption.
So one of my favorite things about working at Ecosia is you have these 2 non-meeting days, and sandwiched in the middle is on Wednesdays a big team brunch. It's amazing, like huge vegetarian spread of food. So many ad hoc conversations and things come out of that breakfast. I think of it as like one of the most important non-meetings of the week, and I really love that.
And what I really love at Ecosia is that we're working right now on an engineering framework, which essentially will be a roadmap for the skills that we need to learn and how we can develop. So we really have the opportunity to see a future in ourselves and in our own careers within the company.
Ich bin ja jetzt seit 3 Jahren bei Ecosia und als ich angefangen habe, ich habe zum Beispiel fast gar kein Frontend gemacht und mittlerweile wir haben früher Dinge in Backbone geschrieben, was eine ältere Technologie ist. Mittlerweile schreiben wir viele Dinge in Vue, also auch da so ein ganz neues Framework zu lernen und überhaupt auch für mich als ursprünglich Backend-Entwickler jetzt auch Frontend machen zu können. Ja, das ist super spannend und ich lerne jeden Tag was Neues dazu. We have stuff like hackathons and dev offsites where you can also explore stuff in a non-production settings, just to see how these new technologies and stay up to date and see how they work.
One thing I really love about Ecosia is that as well as being able to be a developer, they value the time that I spend committed to working within the community to support underrepresented and marginalized groups within tech.
One cool thing about working at Ecosia is that myself and my colleagues can actually go out to a climate protest at any time in work hours, and that's considered part of our role as sort of climate activists, and we don't have to take any holiday for that.
Ecosia's climate policy, climate leave policy reflects our audience and our user base. So we've got a super young user base and they are going to climate protests. It's really important to us that if we're encouraging our users to demonstrate for the climate, that we allow our employees to do the same thing. We have a policy that everyone can visit a tree planting project that Ecosia has. It allows people to really connect with what we do and make it a lot more tangible.
I mean, I feel unbelievably privileged to have been able to go to Ethiopia to see some of our tree planting activities there. You know, just being a social media manager, it's not something that I ever envisioned myself doing, and it was such a great opportunity because you really appreciate the work so much more when you see it firsthand.
I visited around 10 reforestation projects so far, and they are all very different from each other. But one thing they have in common is that they all have a social impact as well as an environmental one. And that to me is very important.
Ecosia has some great values they transformed into actions. For example, being transparent when it comes to finances, or their data privacy, or running their service on renewable energies. And that's why it feels so good to work at Ecosia, because you know it's all true.
So what I think is special at Ecosia, that you have a chance to really do what is important to you. So if you care about climate change, then Ecosia is probably the best place for you to work because you can really have a big impact. But at the same time, you don't have to kind of make sacrifices when working. So you can still work at a startup that has a very high pace, and you can also earn a normal salary. So we're paying market salaries. And this combination, in my opinion, is very rare. There are not so many places like this to work in the world, basically. So it's a good place to work. Come here, join us.